My name is Elana Michelson. I'm a professor at the State University of New York, but I'm here because I've also been spending a lot of time in South Africa working specifically on the question of RPL, something that is dear to my heart, and Sakwa invited me to be part of the international delegation and to address the delegates this morning. So we stand here at the edge of hell in Harlem and look out at the world and wonder what we're going to do in the face of what we remember. And to me, that is such a deep reflection of the notion of collective experiential learning, that seen in another way, experience is another word for history. And so what I was talking about today was how we bring those kinds of collective memories, that kind of collective learning, that kind of collective heritage of knowledge and skill to bear on the question of recognition of prior learning. The tradition, the Western, quote unquote, Western European tradition of knowledge is that's been operating for 300-400 years now comes from I think, therefore I am. And it puts human identity and human thought and human knowledge in the brain, the individual brain. Aside from the world, aside from the body, aside from human activity, aside from labor or feelings or passion or anything, it's a very, very abstract notion of knowledge. And when people try to approach RPL from that tradition, it gets very, very, very narrow, because it requires that people sit there and sort of narrowly define knowledge as something that exists only in their minds. It's not how people experience knowledge, because it's not how people gain knowledge. And there are now approaches that will allow us to actually think about RPL in this way. Knowledge is something that happens between people as a byproduct of human activity. And if we find ways to draw on those collective understandings of how knowledge happens, then we can develop RPL activities that, I hate the word capture, but I can't think of another one right now, that actually give people a chance to enact knowledge the way they do it, in community, in interaction with the material things of the world, with the languages that they use to talk about what they're doing. It's a very, very different approach. It doesn't quite get to the also important celebration of the collective heritage of knowledge and skill, but at least it begins to acknowledge that learning is active, it's participatory, it's shared, it's not something in somebody's head.